In JGOOT form, we're going to talk about 5 Rule 1 sites and 5 Rule 2 sites. We're big on 2 different rules. Rule 1 is look for exceptional deals every day and go where those deals are. Rule 2 is all about the points. In the book, that's a chapter where it says, deals so good the vacations plan themselves. And it's literally that. And that's one thing that separates the JGOOT way of travel from everyone else is we're not all about points. You can be. There are lots of sites that are all about points and all about sign-up bonuses. But again, we take a different approach on it in the fact that we're pretty picky with where we spend our points. We call ourselves point hoarders. We don't call it point hacking in the JGOOT world. We call it point hedging because we're hedging our bets. We're betting against having to use points every time we travel by finding deals so good that you don't need them. And those 2 simple rules make up the JGOOT way of travel. And I'm going to talk about 5 sites that reinforce Rule 1 and 5 sites that reinforce Rule 2. So again, Rule 1, pretty straightforward. Look for exceptional deals every day and go where those deals are. The key word here is every day, because we're looking for deals so good that you think they're a mistake, but they're not. Airlines know exactly what they're doing. So look every day, whether you're planning a trip or not. That's the summary of Rule 1. And we're going to talk about 2 free sites. You guys probably know about them, but you don't know specific uses with those sites. And we're going to talk about 3 low-cost sites that have free versions, like light versions of their service. So the first and most obvious one, Google Flights. And a lot of people say, yeah, I know about Google Flights, but a lot of people don't know about Google Explore and specifically using that on a daily basis. And that in itself is a game changer. And in a nutshell, you basically go to Google and you tell them to tell you where the deals are. So the pros of this service, it's great for picky shoppers, people who want to look for premium economy or business or first class. That anywhere feature is pretty powerful. You can be date specific. The cons, not quite as good a deal as Kayak Explorer because Kayak allows you to be a bit more flexible. We'll talk about that and I'll show you some examples. And then it is really only good for Rule 1. And so the other cool part about Google Flights is that this works for business and first class too, this exact same principle. When you look every day, you can just set filters to, hey, what deals have you got in business or first? So Kayak Explorer, very similar to Google, and there is kind of a divided camp. Some people swear by Google Flights, some people swear by Kayak Explorer. I like them both, and it depends on the scenario. If I'm specific on dates, I use Google, but Kayak casts a wider net. Kayak is a little bit more flexible. So Kayak is a little bit different in that it will pick the cheapest outbound flight and the cheapest return flight within like a 14-day window, and you will find cheaper flights. So the pros, it will find cheaper flights than Google. The cons, you do have to be a little bit more flexible. So these next 3 services are services that you might do if you just don't have the time. If you're busy and you don't have the time and you want someone else to just go find the deals for you, here are a few services that do it for you. So this is an oldie but a goodie. We recommended this before, Scott's Cheap Flights. They're probably one of the biggest services out there. There are a lot of services that do this, but going is bigger. The pros, it's 1 or 2 great deals per week for free. And they've got 5 or 10 deals a week that they send via the paid version. The cons, this only helps with Rule 1. It's just cash deals. It's region-based. Now, the biggest con with this and several other sites I'll talk about is that they're huge. They've got multiple million subscribers, and when they publish a deal, they disappear fast. So this is a new one. Fairdrop is a newer one. It's just a year or 2 old, but it's by some Nate and Kara. They've got a great YouTube channel. It's a lot of fun to watch. They have a few more deals than Scott's typically do. Cons, same as Going. They are quite big. So when they publish a deal, it disappears fast. Their con is it's only international deals. It's not domestic. You do have to find those deals yourself. And again, they only help with Rule 1. this is a plug for JGOOT Vault. So unlike Scott's, unlike Going, and unlike Fairdrop, so we have a lot less members. That's the pro. We send more deals than most of those services combined. We send 20 to 30 per week, 3 to 5 per day. We're about having as many options as possible, because the more options you have, the more likely you are to find something that works for you. Biggest con, we are more expensive because we limit membership, and currently it's closed, but you can get on a wait list for that. So before we proceed to rule 2, we just talked about 5 great cash deals. Now, and I'm sure a lot of people are thinking, okay, cool, let's get to the free trips. You know, a lot of the travel bloggers are all about the free points. They're all about the sign-up bonuses. They're all about showing pictures of their 37 credit cards that they manage. Some people have 60, 80 credit cards that they manage so that they can travel for free. Rule 1 is what keeps you from having to do that. If you occasionally just settle for a great deal that's 90% off instead of points that's 97% off after you pay taxes, life is so much easier. So if you ignore rule 1 and just say, just give me the free flights, you're going to need 3 to 5 times as many points. And that is going to take 10 times as much work. So if you want better flights, better lodging, more activities, fancier dining, or if you want to take more trips, you have 2 choices. You can occasionally find good deals so good that you don't even need points and settle for that. Or you can work 10 times harder to get 2 to 5 times as many points that will get you twice as much free travel. So I would suggest that you choose one camp or the other. So with that said, here's how we approach rule 2 at JGOOT. Not requiring churning cards, not requiring manufactured or dangerous spending or irresponsible spending. So we're going to talk about 5 sites that will help you get better at earning more points and redeeming those points. So the first rule is just always have a stash of points. The first site that I recommend, this is the Points Guy. He is the grandfather of points travel. Everyone who knows about points travel probably knows about the Points Guy. Pros, totally free. And they've got lots of contributing authors. 12 million followers. If they announce a sweet spot, those deals disappear fast. Another con, they focus solely on rule 2. Here are 3 very important parts to points. The first is learn not to waste them. And then this is also very important. There is a huge difference between earning more points and redeeming more points. You know, I just shared the Points Guy. That was site number 1. We've got 4 more, and there are 2 that are great for earning multipliers, for earning more points. Use one of these services. They'll help you get better at earning a lot more points. So the first, this is a new one, Award Wallet and Award Travel 101, great sites for learning the ropes, tons of free advice. So their cons, like I said, their focus is managing lots of credit cards. It can be a little bit overwhelming. So we're still on earning multipliers. This is not redemption. We're just focusing on earning more points for every dollar you spend. Card Pointers is another great one. Earned thousands of dollars worth of points on top of my regular spend, because the beauty of Card Pointers is it just tells you about opportunities to earn extra points. So you tell them what cards you have, and they'll tell you which cards will get you the most points. So Seats.Aero, this is my absolute favorite redemption multiplier site. It'll share most of the extremely valuable airline point redemptions all in one place. It tells you about flight and hotel redemptions. They just added, and it's got some of the most flexible dates. Seats.Aero allows you to do that. It gives you the flexibility that you need. The cons, I'm not a huge fan of their hotel database. I personally prefer to just go straight to Hyatt. The other con is that it only searches the largest international airports. Point.me is a direct competitor. They do the exact same thing, but they have a very different formula for how they find flights. So the pros of Point.me, they've got a free version you can download and check out. They have a lot more small airports. Also have more airline partners than Seats.Aero. Point.me only does point-to-point. If you're among the 1 or 2% who travel more than all of your friends, and you stamp your passport multiple times a year and you're tired of doing it in business or coach, JGOOT Lounge might be a fit for you. We teach a lot of the principles we taught here, how to do as much as possible with as few credit cards. And if you want personal help doing that, we work with you personally, and we show you how to do all of this without juggling lots of credit cards, how to get those luxurious flights, how to get those penthouse suites, and how to do it as soon as possible. We guarantee results that you will be able to take, at least a $12,000 luxury vacation before graduating our 6-month program. And it's by application only. And you can set up a call. Just go to jgoot.com/call, and we'll have a personal conversation with you. So if interested, comment interested here, or just go to jgoot.com/call and tell us about your travel plans, and we'll see if we can help.